Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Obviously, a very big day with the gameplay reveal of Modern Warfare 3 taking place. If you haven't seen that yet, I broke it down in full in a video earlier on today. Be sure to go and check that out. We got some very cool first looks at general gameplay for MW3. But in addition to that, Sledgehammer's actually revealed some new gameplay that was not all included in the actual reveal. We also gained some more information and details about the multiplayer first look, which is already on the horizon, and we've got some better understanding of what to expect there. We can sort of compare some of the stuff that we saw today and say, okay, how is this going to affect multiplayer, even though the full reveal is still a little bit out. Now, real quick, gotta say, if you guys want to stay up to date with everything going on with Modern Warfare 3, because the coming days, weeks, and months are going to be jam-packed full of reveals, announcements, leaks, you name it, I'm gonna be covering it all right as it happens, so you definitely want to make sure you are subscribed with those notifications turned on. And if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It would be really appreciated. And it's a big week in general for COD, but also for Gamer Advantage, because all week long, my discount code WhosImmortal is boosted to get you 20% off your entire order. Usually it's only 10%, so this is the biggest discount you can get if you're looking to pick up a new pair of frames. They got a bunch of different frame options, prescription or regular lenses. You can use my code on any accessories you might need as well. Link for that will be down in the description below. You don't want to miss out on those increased savings. But yeah, we did actually get a blog detailing some of the MP stuff and what to expect for our multiplayer first look as mentioned, and this gives us some pretty solid information that was, not known up until this was released earlier on today. So we covered this very briefly at the end of the reveal breakdown earlier, but in case you missed that, yes, the beta dates have been fully announced and the leaks were true here. So October 6th to 7th is going to be that early access pre-order period for PlayStation. So if you pre-order and you are a PlayStation player, that's when you get first hands on before everybody else. And then the 8th to the 10th is going to be open for anyone on PlayStation, because Sony does still have that exclusivity lasting through this year. Then for everyone, if you're on Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, if you pre-order, it's going to be the 12th to the 13th of October. Then PlayStation is still open there. And then the open beta for absolutely everyone is October 14th through the 16th. That's not all. They also end up saying Call of Duty Next is also the prelude to the beta. It'll feature a variety of maps, both a selection of core maps from the modernized 16 original. So the beta is obviously going to feature some of these remastered MW2 2009 maps. They haven't said which ones. I imagine it's probably going to be some more of the popular ones to get people excited. So maybe Terminal, maybe Favela. We'll have to wait and see. But then also the new Ground War experience as well, with a handful of modes. So we are going to actually see some of the brand new, never before seen maps from MW2 that'll be there at launch, also available in the beta within Ground War. So very exciting there, and we'll get our hands on some of the brand new weapons from MW3 as well. The carry forward content will not be accessible in the MW3 multiplayer beta, and this means that in the beta there's going to be no MW2 guns, nothing like that. It's strictly the new MW3 content, so that'll be one of the purest forms of just straight up MW3 exclusive gameplay once the beta is out there. But as they mention, the first look at multiplayer is going to be happening with Call of Duty Next, which actually takes place just one day before the beta kicks off on October 5th. And that's when we're going to see full-on gameplay reveals and have actual footage to break down of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, then all the new updates for Warzone and Warzone Mobile as well. And in the days and weeks leading up to that, we're going to have the usual teasers and announcements regarding multiplayer as well. So for those wondering if today's reveal ties to multiplayer, it does in some ways, and we're about to get into that. But as far as the first looks and official stuff there, that's all coming the first week of October, so definitely stay tuned for all of that. Also, as we get into this next part of the discussion, actually taking a look at the various different gameplay that was shown, some new than some from the initial reveal, Charlie Intel posts a really good tweet here saying, before comparing the campaign gameplay to be exactly like MW3 multiplayer, remember that there's already official confirmation of there being different gear and perk types to further adjust ADS and slide speeds. So stay tuned for Call of Duty Next for how MP will play and look. So we're about to go through and break down various different gameplay segments, some that you probably haven't seen yet, and in them we're going to take bits and pieces and say, okay, this is likely going to be a part of multiplayer, but also we're going to be able to expand on most of this even more in MP with gear and with perks and various other options. Now, as mentioned at the start, Sledgehammer's actually been sharing a few other additional gameplay previews that we didn't see in the original reveal, basically. Then I also want to go through and look at some of the open combat of the MW3 reveal, because some of the elements there actually give us some really good indications for multiplayer as well. But getting into these tweets here, there's actually a whole thread from Sledgehammer. And by the way, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, feel free to do so since we're talking about it here. But Sledge ended up tweeting these various different clips of different missions, and some of these you recognize, like this first one here, gonna be one that you probably saw in that initial reveal, because they got the noob tube. Obviously this is the Verdansk Dam in the background here under Nightfall. Super cool little area there, but that's just showing off some of the weapons and customization and experiences within the open combat missions, right? That's their main focus here. You'll notice though, the mini map is something that's going to be shared between multiplayer and campaign here, and some of this stuff is going to look very familiar to you. Not all of it, but again, like I said, we'll break down more details here in just a moment. The next tweet: if you enjoy stealth, this is for you. You can equip suppressed weapons and complete missions without the enemies knowing where you are. And this is a gameplay preview that we have not seen at all up until right now. So the first thing you'll see here is ledge hanging. Now, based on all the information that we have so far, there hasn't been talk of ledge hanging in multiplayer, and so this may end up being an exclusive thing for just the campaign, but we do see this mechanic now back here in MW3 for the first time. Clearly peeking over with the pistol and doing the ledge hang animation to take out this enemy. They then switch to the WSP9 AK, what appears to be the Uzi here, and then you have the holotherm scope on there, obviously. But like I said, this is gameplay that we didn't get in the actual initial reveal, and this teases a bit more of what's to come between partially the campaign with the ledge hanging feature, but then even more multiplayer aspects as well with some of the weapon customization, and then obviously the Uzi here, and then the silenced X21 pistol being shown there too. We continue to scroll through here. We get another clip of them throwing the like gas canister into the air, then shooting that. Really cool. And that's like with the tac stand sort of hip fire canted animation with the shotgun there too, which is kind of interesting. This is another little clip from the campaign in a new area, it would seem. Players can leverage vehicles, tacticals, and lethals, even kill streaks in open combat. And again, we get a look at the mini map here, which will be similar to what we'll be seeing in potentially Warzone multiplayer and campaign as well, with the vehicle icons, then also icons for armor and ammo caches too. But you can throw a C4 on a vehicle and send that vehicle over a ledge and use it to take out enemies, which honestly is really cool. Then this last one also gives us a really cool little preview here, talking more about open combat, and we get an actual overview of what appears to be a brand new play space of someone jumping into an open combat mission into this area here, which we have not seen before. This could be a ground war map, you know, taken from the campaign. This could be campaign exclusive. This could be Warzone as well. We're just not sure as of right now, but it does give us a full look at this brand new area that I really like the look of. You got the mountains in the background. It's you got a lot of different colors. Obviously, it's mainly industrial, but there's some trees in there, some dirt, a bit different style buildings. I kind of really like the look of this. But then also during the opening night live stream, when they were talking about open combat, they showed that additional bit of gameplay. And if you caught the video earlier, you saw a little bit of this as well. But I do want to break it down a little bit more here, just because of what we're able to see in the clips here that primarily show off things that we'll see across multiplayer and the campaign that are pretty important. And then also maybe even Warzone as well. So for one, the UI in the bottom right, you're going to notice is very similar to that of MW2's. That's because it's a shared engine. It's the Call of Duty hub now. That's why every game is going to appear as like a DLC for Call of Duty, even though it's a full new game, right? But the HUD and whatnot is going to be similar for that reason. It's going to be close to MW2 because of the engine and advancements that were made there that are going to carry forward through a lot. So I'd expect that probably the same thing or similar to it in, you know, even Treyarch's next COD as well. It's different in some capacity, but largely similar. But you do see here when they're actually going through various different things you're going to see in obviously Warzone, then multiplayer as well. Things like the self-revive being accessible right away. The mini-map again showing the different vehicle locations too is something we'll see across all modes. The armor plates and the self-revive also something we'll see within Warzone. Picking up the gold chest. Obviously this is more campaign oriented, but it's something that obviously is likely going to return. And once more, weapon inspect is going to be back here right away as well, which you like to see. Obviously cool for the cinematic style of things. Similar scopes to what we saw in multiplayer already within MW2 because the carryover. Really what I want to focus on is when we get back to the shotgun clip, but obviously we have all the various things that we sort of just broke down, bits and pieces from the Sledgehammer tweets. Like I said, though, it is cool that they actually showed different things here and there with like the ledge hanging. This is another one though that we are going to see in multiplayer, and this is that tac stance animation where it's in between ADS and hip fire. similar to like a canted laser. You're moving like that, and you can actually slide and shoot like this. You can move and shoot like this and be a little bit more accurate than hip fire, but not as accurate as ADS. Now, this is interesting. We get some new icons on the mini map that may or may not involve multiplayer in Warzone, with like these circles going around. That could just be like mission based or objective based, so it's hard to say there. However, we then see this clip again where one, the red dots showing on the mini map, that's exactly how it's going to look like in multiplayer when enemies are shooting unsuppressed weapons. So we get actual footage of that. We can rewind a bit. Red dots showing up right in the position where those enemies are shooting, and we see the armor break returning as well. And this is more similar to that of Warzone 1 with the blue armor break animation. This is something that'll be applicable in Warzone, obviously, and then potentially if there's like a field upgrade for multiplayer that has that, that's also possible if there's like armor plates there. And then lastly, the cruise missile, obviously something that's going to be available in multiplayer as well. We see that going in the background. So while this is obviously campaign based in terms of the reveals, this does also tie in a lot to multiplayer. And so even though our official first look is still just over a month away, we get some small teasers here and there of things that could connect across the various modes. But that being said, it's going to wrap things up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.